Welcome to my domain. I'm Stein, and today we are going to be building a couple of teams that I'm going to be using for the rest of this week. I meant to do this, I have this ready for yesterday, it's Tuesday now, and this was supposed to be up Monday to have the rest of the week. So we're going to try and build out 3 teams. Now if I just go over here, you guys are going to see I have 3 teams right here empty. I put in 1 Pokemon that of course I'm going to base the team around. That is how I build teams. And I got some suggestions. One was to build a team with an Arcanine. That one was for my girlfriend. Actually 2 of them were for my girlfriend, and then one of them was just one I wanted to do. So Floatzel and Arcanine. And so the Arcanine was UU and Floatzel was actually PU, which is perfect because I want to do more PU rounds. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Arcanine team over here. So we have an Arcanine, nothing on it. Same thing as in the last week's episode of this. I'm just going to go ahead and make teams that will work around this Pokemon. So let me pull out my type calculator that I use. You could use whatever you want to figure out what your team's typings are and things like that. But all I have to do is add Arcanine to it, and it'll give me a lowdown of what it's weak to and what everyone else on the team is going to be weak to. So Arcanine, of course, being a fire type, is weak to rock, ground, and water. So that means I'm going to want to soak up some of those problem spots there. So who in UU can I use to deal with rock, ground, or water type moves? To deal with the ground type, it would be nice to have a flying type Pokemon. But Arcanine also has a weaker special defense, I'm pretty sure. So I also need someone who can tank those special hits. Now Blastoise might be a good choice. It'll at least deal with the rock and ground, and actually probably deal with all of it, and it would be a good Mega actually. Let's go ahead with a Blastoise real quick and see what adding a Blastoise does to my team. Give me the keyboard. Yeah, Blastoise will cancel out. Oh, actually Blastoise doesn't cancel out any of those. Okay, so there goes Blastoise. Screw that one. Let's see what else we got. For some reason I thought that water would resist them, but I guess it's still neutral. And it's... oh no, wait. Yeah, I thought it was... okay, I guess that doesn't work out properly. Alright, so what else do we have in UU? This is pretty much just how I make teams. I pretty much just go through here's, or go through the Pokemon I want to use, and just see what works with them. Our Dark Dragon with Levitate could be useful. That would at least deal with the water weakness. And the rock and ground, well, the rock wouldn't hurt it too badly, and the ground would be good. I like a Hydreigon, actually. I think I'll throw a Hydreigon in there. And since we got that, we have a weakness to fighting also, as long as a weakness to fairy. But Arcanine can kind of deal with the fairy. Who else is in UU? I can use a poison type, and a poison flying is another Pokemon that could deal, but that would be weak to rock. And that's not exactly what I want. Steel wouldn't really be good. Ground flying Gligar. Gligar's in UU? I mean, it wouldn't be great, but it's kind of tanky. But then again, Arcanine is also kind of tanky, and this team is probably going to be bulky with the Arcanine there. What else could I use? That's pretty much all I do, is I just go through the Pokemon in the tier and in the list, and I just see what I can use. Porygon Z is always an idea. Nidoking and Nidoqueen would be good if they weren't weak to everything that they were weak to. Roserade could be useful, actually. I'm going to throw a Roserade on there. And why don't I get a Water-type Pokemon, since I already have that going? If I can get a Water-type... Empoleon is in here. But the Steel isn't going to be what I'm looking for, although an Empoleon would be nice to make a team around later on. As I said in a few other videos, here's my favorite starter Pokemon in general. Oops. Let's see what else we got. No, I don't want another Hydreigon. Why would I want another Hydreigon? Pachirisu. Pidgeot would be good. I'm looking for something... I don't even know what I'm looking for. I want to try something different. And there's a lot of good Pokemon in the PU tier. I always want to go back to Gourgeist as my default, like, tank, rock type, and ground type absorber. But I really do need a water type in this tier. So, how about I go with the first water type I come across, Dugong, of course. I used Dugong in the last week. Corsola. There's a Corsola in here. And what else do we need? Since we have water, let's see if we can get a fairy. Ooh, oh no, it's PU. Why? Corsola's PU. Oh wait, why did I go to PU? Corsola's in I'm looking for a UU team right now. So I guess I can go with a Mega Blastoise like I was thinking originally. Aggron is in this tier. Oh no, Aggron's in this tier too. Salamence is in UU. I guess it's not a Mega Salamence though. Blissy's in UU. Chestnut's in UU. I'm looking for a fairy. Florges. I can use Florges. Why not? Has a bunch of tankiness in this team. And let's see if I can go with a good physical attacker other than Arcanine for the last Pokemon here. Maybe I can go with a Mega Beedrill and go between the Blastoise and the Beedrill for the Mega. Although the Beedrill will probably be more useful. The team's a little slow, but it's not that bad. I have a Fire type. What else can I throw on this team? I don't need another dragon like Dragalge. And oh, there you go. A UU with Espeon with Magic Bounce. There you go. I'll throw a Espeon with Magic Bounce. I'll throw into there. There you go. That's a nice looking team. Arcanine, Hydreigon, Roserade, Blastoise, Mega, Florges, and Espeon. Let's go ahead and build the Floatzel team. 5 minutes, not bad. I'm going to go ahead and see what I can add with a Floatzel. Let's think. Floatzel's a water type, and this is the PU tier. So I'm going to need something to soak up all those grass and electric type moves. So a grass or electric type Pokemon would actually be pretty nice. How about we use Carnivine is here. Levitate Carnivine also gets rid of ground type moves entirely. Pretty strong and a little bulky. Let's go with that. Never used the Carnivine before. And you know I like my core, so let's go with a fire, water, grass core. Flareon. Ooh. Guts or Flash Fire Flareon. High special defense too. I'll go with a Flareon. One day I'll do an EV team. A full EV team. Well, since that's a full thing right there, Drifblim is in here. Let's put a Drifblim with Aftermath. Oh, you know what? Do I want Aftermath? I want Unburden, actually. Let's go with a Drifblim with Unburden. And who else? Let's see. Do I have any glaring weaknesses? See, since I usually balance out my team pretty well, there's not usually as many weaknesses. Like, I could be saying weak to rock a little bit, but then I kind of have the Carnivine and the Floatzel. The Carnivine's poison, aren't you? No, you're just grass. I have Carnivine there. Oopsie. I don't want to import or export anything. Let's see who else I can add. Gigalith is in here. Sturdy Gigalith, maybe. Golduck. I don't need a Golduck. Grumpig. I love Grumpig. And I have, I have a Ghost. I need a Dark and or a Normal type. Actually, a good Normal type would be nice. Let's see who we got. Clefairy is Fairy type now. I'm not seeing much in the Normal type. Castform isn't really Normal type. Delcatty. But you don't have really any stats. I can go with a Dodrio. I have a flying type already, but I can go with a Dunsparce, of course. I might go with a Dunsparce, but I already have the Drifblim, and Drifblim has good defenses. So many choices, actually. Furfrou. There you go. Furfrou. Okay, and what else do we got? Any dark types in the tier? I kind of want to use a dark type here. I feel like that would be useful. There's no dark... Oh, there's Mightyena. I can have a bunch of dogs on my team. I can have 3 dogs on my team. I'm going to do that. That's actually what I'm going to do for this team. And we'll see how well that works. And we still have... We still have Riolu's team to build. So, what can I do with this? Well, this is going to be a Little Cup team. So, Riolu's not going to stand out as much as he did in the OU last time we saw him. Because in the OU, he showed everyone a bit of surprise. So let's see. We have Fighting. You're not Steel type yet. So let's put in... let's put in a Huge Power Azurill. And how about... Cyndaquil, Dugtrio, Dratini. Dratini? You can always go with the Dratini. I like Dratinis. Let's go with that. And I like Aron, but not again. I gotta stop going to the same Pokemon whenever I go to these tiers. Excuse me. Oh, Drober. You know what? Fine, we'll go with the Drober. Why not? And I didn't mean to click on it, but it just kind of showed up there. So he's a ground type, I'm pretty sure. No steel either. Dino, Dark Dragon. I already have a dragon. I can use a normal type and a flying type. So let's go with... Let's see. Dratini. We have Dodrio or Eevee. Dodrio is faster on... Let's go with a Dodo, not Dodrio. Dodo. Dodo. And for our last Pokemon on this team... Honedge. We don't have a steel type or a ghost type, so let's go with Honedge to fill up those types that we're missing. No guard Honedge. It's actually a nice set of teams. We're at 10 minutes, and you know what? I want to build one more team to see what I can make for you guys. So let's see. Validate. Are you good? Yeah, you have no moves, I know, but you're good. Okay, so let's go ahead and build one more team. What tier should we build this in? Anything goes. Battle spot singles. Singles. Oh, just single battles, not one-on-one. How do I build a team for one-on-one? Do I need to have like a certain number of Pokemon? Or something? Or is too many Pokemon something like that? No, give me just anyone, I don't care. Huh, how do I build a one-on-one team? Oh, they all need moves. Okay, so you know what? I'll worry about that for another time. And for right now, I'm going to build a team for RU. Let's do that. Delete, delete, delete. And let's see who's in the RU tier. In the RU tier, we got an Excelgor. I've never used an Excelgor, so let's go ahead and add one of him in. That's a bug type, so let's go ahead and add an Amoonguss, because Amoonguss is for some reason in RU, which makes absolutely no sense to me. But I'm not the one who makes these tiers. We got a Mega Camerupt. Braviary. Wow, I'm just finding a lot of Pokemon I really want to use in this tier. Just so easily. Kofagrigus is in this tier. Well, we're adding one of those in. I'm sorry, if this is the stuff in this tier, this is... And a Flygon, how about that? Found a nice bunch of teams, a nice bunch of Pokemon. 2 ground types though, but that's okay. I can hopefully soak up a lot of the water type moves. So hopefully I'm gonna build out these teams. Well, not hopefully. I am gonna build out these 4 teams. Why do I keep going back to that? Doop doop. So we got these 4 teams right here. I'm gonna build them out more as the week progresses. So stay tuned to my channel for more of that. I'm gonna bring one of these teams throughout the week. Well, you know what I mean. Stay tuned for other things though. I have other games like Terratech still. I have to finish Human Resource Management, which might actually be coming up later today if I can get it going. If not, it'll be up tomorrow. And other than that, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. It is said that you cannot leave the island unless you wake the windfish.
The windfish, the fish that passes much too much gas.
Oh, wow. So they're not like Mario spike balls. I can kill them! I'm gonna do it, guys.
Oh, you mean steal it from him? Oh, don't be mean.
Hi.